Hey everyone, a very warm welcome to this latest video with myself, Ben, here at Boring Crypto. Hope everyone's great. Before I get into the meat and gravy of this video, as always, I must say to you, this is not financial investment advice. I'm not qualified in those areas. I like to research crypto projects, have a look at them from different angles, see whether they fit into my investment criteria. And all I'm doing is reflecting that to you. So please use this as your starting point to go and do your own due diligence and research, and then you will be more equipped to understand whether this fits into your investment criteria or not. Okay. The project that I found a couple of days ago is one of those kind of projects that I think come around just once in a while. A lot of crypto is the same thing wrapped up differently, and you kind of go, yeah, it's a bit boring. It's nothing sort of fresh or new. It's just got a new name tag on it or a bit of different branding. And then you get something that is completely rewriting things, right? And it's trying to forge ahead and do something entirely different. This is one. We're looking at Kosher Capital. Kosher Capital itself is a launch pad for potentially AI-infused hedge funds. Not just hedge funds, but I suppose fundraising. You're able, let's just say if you had a business, to raise some capital using this system and then go off and provide those people that have bought into your fund with a return. So it doesn't really have to be a hedge fund per se. It can be like a real life business, and you're buying yourself extra equipment to be able to increase profitability and to return that profitability to those people who are holders of your fund token. I hope that makes sense. So that's what essentially is going on here. To enable you to be one of those that has the authority to create a fund, you must take some of these tokens, the shekel token, 1 million of them in fact, and stake them. When you stake them, you start earning a staking APR of 7% currently. That is going to increase. The more funds that are created, they are going to generate revenue, and then that's going to come into the shekel stakers, and we're going to start seeing that APR climb incrementally up. If we're long on the token, so if we think the token price is going to be appreciating, then it could be an idea to stake, right? Because we think we stake, we've got our actual investment, our capital staked with the shekel, we're earning shekel in reward, the capital, our investment is going up, we're long, the price is appreciating, and the rewards we're getting are also appreciating. We can compound those quite simply as well, and I'll show you that. So when we see something like this, there's multiple sides to it. It's not just a static move. I mean, you can just buy some tokens like many other projects, right? Buy some tokens, hope they go up in price, and you can sell them at a profit. Yeah. Talking of selling at profits, when we look at the market cap here at the moment, we're looking at around about 5 million. Now, it's really hard when something is forging ahead and trying to do something very different. It's very hard to put a price on it. But I'm saying this is horrifically undervalued based on other launch pads, based on successful AI agents. And this is a combination of the two. So it's like is it the DEFAI? Is that how you say it? DEFAI. That is the hot meta. Combination of DeFi being earning something with your crypto. Yeah, that's pretty much what it means in short. And then AI, the two combined. Now, a lot of the projects out there, they're just banging AI on something, right? They're just going, oh yeah, we're AI. And what's the AI? I'm scratching your chin. This is not that. This has two aspects to it. So we have the Kosher Capital, which is like the Launchpad side. Working for Kosher Capital, we have Rabbi Schlomo. Rabbi Schlomo is an AI agent. An AI agent that not only trades, but also balances, calls the contract and balances the hedge fund. So can say, oh, we're overexposed on Bitcoin, let's chop out some Bitcoin, we need some more Sol, and it can balance. These are Bitcoin-centric hedge funds initially, And their first one, so I must talk about their first product that's going to be coming out within probably hours, right? It's ready to go, but they're just waiting on a little feature to be added to it, is the digital gold fund. Those people who are staking 1 million tokens not only get access to create their own funds, should they wish, they also get early access, like whitelisted, to these other funds. Now, some of these are going to be big. Actually, let's just talk sense for a moment. Because this is based on a lot of old Jewish banking practices, right? Those dudes know currency and money inside out. There's no doubt. Yeah, it's been proven century on century on century. So what we have is we're going to have onboarding of serious dough. And in England, dough means cash, wedge, dollar, whatever you want to use. There's going to be a massive influx of people over a period of time. They're going to be saying, hang on a second here, we can create permissionless crowdfunding or hedge funds, etc., using this Kosher Capital. And then those fees being generated coming back in to the shekel holders and the stakers in the staking contract. So there's multiple aspects to this. Rabbi Schlomo has his own, let's have a look, his own X account. This, at the moment, is under the radar. I mean, like, so far under the radar, it's literally skimming across the waves. It's so under. There's only, like, a few, like, AMAs that exist. You can see here that this being an AI agent, it's only got, like, 2,000 followers, which is nothing in the grander scheme of things. But we can see here that this Rabbi Schlomo is an autonomous fund manager at Kosher Capital. When we scroll down, we can see like some of the trades, etc., that Rabbi is making, right? These base scans, right? So you can come, and I'm not going to fill this video with going through those, but you can see that this is already happening in a test environment. The digital gold fund is going live in hours, maybe in a couple of days, but certainly in the next short time period. So then we're going to get a proof of concept, because we're going to get something that we can visualize and go, oh, wow, this actually does work. This Rabbi Schlomo AI fund manager is now managing this fund and it's being profitable. Can you imagine how disruptive that can be? Can you imagine crypto projects, treasuries, big projects that have got huge multi-million dollar treasuries can say, oh, actually, we can have an AI agent manage those treasuries for us and make bank. And now some of our outlay, servers, infrastructure, dev, all this can now actually be created by an AI agent while we're sleeping. Whew. I've been in asset management for quite a long time in crypto. And this is revolutionary to me because I've managed it like personally. Yeah, I've been involved in managing assets for projects and trying to, try and get an upside for those assets. It's hard work. All of a sudden we can use Rabbi in 100% capacity, so fully managed by AI, well, partial capacity, or we can do what I've been doing, which is managing assets ourselves, and we can be top fund managers in crypto. And we can be leveraging this tool. We don't have to use AI at all. We can just do it ourselves if we so wish. But some of the key features are so interesting. And it's not just that the tokens are all out and circulating. They've also built in this burn mechanism. So what's going to be happening with each one of these funds when it comes to fruition, because each one has a certain time period. When that finishes, when it comes to an end, 50% of the LP is going to be in the shekel token, right? So when we're actually entering that fund, etc., we're going to be trading against the shekel token. That LP, when the fund comes to an end, that LP will be split into 50-50. 50 will be burnt, the shekel will be burnt. So every single fund, 50% of its LP at its end, actually at the fruition stage, will be burnt. There you go. That's a deflationary mechanism. And 50% will come back to the fund creator. There's an incentive to be bloody good. So now we have an incentivized, AI-managed hedge fund. This is getting more exciting, right? Are you still with me? I hope you are. I'm buzzing off this. I'm literally buzzing. I think this can transform. When crypto projects understand this, I think this can transform how they go about things. Because if Rabbi Schlomo is learning all of the time, becoming better at trading and managing funds, which of course is going to its AI, it's going to be like incrementally better every day. And then we're going to be saying, well, we don't need to be looking after these funds. Let's put a portion of these funds underneath AI agent management. Now it's creating a return for us. And now we're getting real yield. And that real yield can be used for buying back our own token, creating our own deflationary mechanism. It can be used for rewards in our ecosystem. It can be used for a variety of things. It's super exciting. It really is, from my perspective, being involved in crypto teams. So there we have the first kind of introduction to it. I will just click onto just a couple of these tabs that I've got open. So this is the white paper. You can find koshercapital.net/white paper. That's where you find it. And again, I'll leave you to read this in your own time. What I said before about Jewish values and business acumen and banking practices is like at the core. And as we come down here, we can have a look at the way, looking at the growth of AI, how it's going to be utilized, and how this DeFi and AI are going to combine. And I really do think it's going to be the thing that disrupts the legacy monetary system in a big way. Potentially, if it's leveraged well and we get the word out there, a lot of dollars can flow into this. So now we have like fully customizable, like I said, human managed or AI managed funds. When we come down a little bit more, this will show you. So a gold partner or gold member is someone that is staking the 1 million tokens, the 1 million shekel. And then what that enables them to do is be whitelisted, as I said, into the fund Launchpad. So then we've got all these new funds and we can have a look. Oh, this one's looking, exciting. This one's, I don't know, maybe you're into airlines or I don't know. There's some funds that are being raised for some sort of expansion. $10 million, $50 million raise. This one, I think this can return 25%. That's what the prediction is. You go into the socials, you check it out, you look at the documentation, and you think, I'm going to chuck a few bucks in that. And you've got the ability to do so because you're a gold member that's staking 1 million. It might be you're staking 1 million and you think, well, I'm actually starting a fundraise because I've got an idea, I've got a project, I've got a team, I want to move to the next level. We need a new funding round. You can do that as well. It is big. Like I said, this is really revolutionary. And then when we come down to the shekel tokenomics, they've got a bit of a blend of tokenomic structures. They've taken like a virtuals tokenomic structure, Veda's staking flywheel, because when we there's going to be more uses for the shekel token, right, as things progress. We can stake it and we can earn shekel in our reward. And of course, as I said, it's getting burnt on the other side. We need to use it for access points. There's going to be a whole multitude of different strategies. And I'm absolutely open to making videos and sharing them with you about the strategies that we'll be using at Speculate DAO on how we can maximize. And it's been said, and I'm only like paraphrasing here, but it's been said by the team, if you're reasonably good, to very good, you're going to print. You're going to print with this project. So we've got all of the different all of the different tokenomics, okay, where the tokens go, staking and all the rest of it. We come down, digital gold fund. Important. First funds. This is their proof of concept that I mentioned. We have 10% on pure speculation. I love it. I'm a DAO member at Speculate DAO. That's what we do. We speculate, right? I love the 10% speculation. 35%, so it's a Bitcoin-centric fund. 35% is going to be in BTC. 25% as in AI infrastructure. 20% in stable coins. Got the dry powder ready to move if things dump on their ass. AI agents. So this is I would say, I mean 25 and 10, this is evenly keeled, isn't it, on a Bitcoin and AI, a Bitcoin AI fund with 10% speculation, things that are popping off. And I like that. I think those things are strong matters in 2025, right? So I'm super bullish on that. And then we have the membership status. If you're a gold member, yes, gold members 1 million. But then you have this like board member where you've got 10 million. This is the big whales. This is the big cheeses coming in. And they're getting like a separate group, and like they're getting to have a say in the direction of Kosher Capital. Big people coming in. And I mean, at the moment, what we're looking at probably around about, to get your 1 million tokens, somewhere in the region, I suppose, $5,000 at time of recording. So to get the 10, that's 50k you're putting in. So you're putting in with some conviction. I think you've got the conviction to go in as a gold member, but I mean super conviction. Or you might be a project, or you might be a hedge fund manager from the real world that's saying that ain't nothing to us, chump change. And then you can see here what that enables you to do. Directional influence on Kosher Capital. Serve as an assistant fund manager and earn performance fees. So you can actually then take a role as a board member to say, yeah, I'm going to be a fund manager. I'm just buzzing off it, as I said, just super buzzing. We've got these different phases in the roadmap, and I like the fact that they're not dated because, as they said in their AMA, they have a vision with flexibility. So they've got a vision of what they want to create and then some flexibility on the side, because we all know with development, we get bugs, we get delays, we get this. So it's nice to see there's this kind of thing. So we've got the front end app, AI training, smart contracts. This is the stage we're at now, and we're just about to move into stage 2. Then it's going to be the fund launchpad. People like myself can create funds. And then it'll be pure AI managed funds, and that is going to be rock and roll, isn't it? That's going to be insanely cool, because we're going to be able to set off some capital, having it managed, and see what the AI can actually do, because it's going to be a damn sight better than what I can do. I can assure you that. And then we've got a conclusion there. So it's a nice, short, kind of light paper, really. Looking over the holders, so this is just base scan what I've put into the contract, if you weren't aware of that. And what we have is a couple of contracts at the top. One of these contracts is going to be your liquidity pool, so this is where you're trading. And one of these contracts is going to be a reward structure, so a staking pool. And then we've got the top 10 holders down to number 12, and we can see from like, I like them to be less than 2.5% in those positions. There's a couple that are over, but most of those are well under 2.5%. So I'm happy, but I'm also very, very happy at the distribution. If we come up here, 5,000 holders. That may be because they took a couple of 3 weeks to actually bond on virtuals. So lots of eyeballs from virtuals are going to be coming in, and I think people can be buying then very small amounts. I'm not sure whether they did any form of like distribution, airdrop, or any rewards or anything like that in the past. That's something that we can have a look at, but they've got a good number of holders of Shekel token, and I see it's actually been growing. As I've been looking at this project, it was only 4,800 a couple of days ago when I looked. So it's actually like having this organic growth that is just being fueled on a couple of AMAs at the moment. Very, very low. I mean, if we look at Kosher Capital, just less than 500. So we know that their following is also organic. These people, I mean, they've created, as I said, they've built things. Some of their projects have gone to 150 million market cap. These people know what's up, and they know that the way to build is organically, not fake bot accounts where it's just all metrics, all numbers. They don't need to. Let the dev do the talking. We come onto the actual website itself, nice and simple. Can connect our wallet up, and then as we see, we've got a couple of different options here. We can buy our shekel, obviously. We can stake that shekel. We can go through to a link to actually buy it, and then we can have a look at the funds. To launch a new AI fund, if we just click onto that button there, these are the areas that we can see here. We can create the name, the token ticker. We can put a fund logo in and then describe it, because this is going to be like community facing now. So this is your kind of sales page. And then we can come down and we can choose a fund type. So human managed with AI assistant, fully AI. And we can choose a manager. Again, we've got Rabbi up there. Look, we've got a couple of others. And then we can choose a blockchain base at the moment. It's what it's live on, I believe. But coming on Solana and ETH, big chains, huge. I mean, think about these hedge funds on ETH. I mean, it boggles my bloody brain, right? Where you think about some of these big F whales and these F projects that have got like multi-millions in treasury. Coming down, we can choose the fund size. What is the deposit cap limit? Creator LP deposit, initial fund deposit. Moving down, like I said to you, every one of them needs to have, every fund needs to have a specific time frame. And then we've got what we can set there, the time frames. And then how much risk appetite have you got? Are you ultra conservative? Are you like just looking at trying to make a 3% gain on some stable coins? Or are you like ultra high risk, let's just ape into some crazy memes? We've got everyone in this space, everyone on that spectrum. Step 8 is going to be your allocation. So we've got the allocation there. It must equal to 100% how we want to distribute this. Again, we can go into more alts and memes, or we can come into AI infrastructure and agents. We can come into heavy on Bitcoin if we want as well. And then we can set our fees. So we can earn fees, and then we can put in all of our address details there. The more details we put in, the more we're building trust when we're building our fund. You know, we can choose to be as open and honest as we want to be. But what they're doing here is they are trying to put off people that are scammers and the dirty, filthy parasites that we've got in crypto. They're actually making it so we've got to have that million shekel tokens to even start a fund. Now, of course, people are still going to think, oh, there's a way around this. I can still scam people. But here, the more details that you put down, and I think they said something along the lines, if you don't put your personal handle for your X and they go and check it out that it's existed for a good amount of time, you're out. You're not going to have a pop-up X account 2 days ago, then all of a sudden you're trying to create a fund here. That is immediate red flag, and you will not be authorized to have one. I love it. I love the fact they're doing their due diligence already, and they're thinking, what are we going to be getting with these people that are going to be trying to rip people off, and they're going to try and protect against that. And there we go. You submit your application. They'll come back to you. It's like, is that something that they're going to allow or not? Not all of us are going to get in. I get that. But I think those of us legitimate are going to have a chance at creating a fund here that we can have a bit of excitement, everything in the crypto space. Finally, people, I know I've taken up quite a large portion of your time. Just having a look at the chart here on the hourly. Currently, what are we at? 5.2 million market cap. You tell, I mean, we've already been at higher price points, a bit of resistance around here, isn't there? With these candlesticks around this sort of 6 million, is it 6 to 7 million, somewhere in that region. But I think that it's only a matter of time. It's literally a matter of time for me before this starts moving up considerably. And I'm not gonna throw anything out there. I'm saying where it is at the moment is criminally undervalued. I think it really is. And the more funds that get created, the more awareness there is, the more traffic that starts coming to the website, people understanding that you can be half decent here and you can really print and you can create revenue for your own project. Oh, it's like the sky is the limit. The 9 figures is not ridiculous to be saying in the short term. 9-figure market cap, in my opinion. So where's that today? That's 20x from 5 million, isn't it? That's not out of the, and of course more. And of course I'm being quite conservative when I'm saying 9 figures. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope. One last thing that I was going to show you. Sorry, I think the staking page. Let me just have a look. Stake. Here we go. So we've got 7%. 7% APR at the moment. Again, that's going to increase with time. More funds, more value mechanisms roll in. That APR will start creeping up. It does tell you here 1 million shekel to launch a fund. Stake shekel determines your fund contribution limit. So when you're whitelisted for other funds, that's exciting in itself, isn't it? By staking and saying I can get in early on that exciting new fund, and a lot of these funds are going to pop right out the gates. They're going to go up and you can think, oh, I can actually trade these tokens, which is fantastic. So many different parts to this. I think I've probably missed at least 10, but I'm going to be doing an AMA with these. So you can come across to Epic Bots on Tuesday night, UK time, 8 o'clock. So if you've missed that, if you're watching this and you've missed that AMA where I'm hosting, so Boring Crypto is hosting on Epic Bots account, the Kosher Capital crew. If you missed that, you can go back to EpicBot, scroll back down, you can find that AMA and you can learn loads more details. I've literally got 3 pages of notes. I'm making some great questions for the team so we can dig right into this and we can find out the benefits for you people as investors. Thank you very much. As always, if you can give me a like, a comment and a subscribe, it helps with the algorithm, doesn't it? And it gets out to more people. If you're a fan of this Kosher Capital, if you are an investor in Shekel, put us a comment underneath. What do you think? What do you think the future holds for these lads? I wish them all the best. I'm backed in this. Of course, I've got to tell you that as well. I'm invested from my project side and personally. So I really hope that they fulfill all of their goals and ambitions. Take care. I look forward to speaking to you all soon. All the best.